Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sam or xJawz, and today I'm really excited to bring you guys a brand new video series to my YouTube channel that really gets back to my roots, where I started, just helping people out get better at Call of Duty. And that series is called Beast Mode Classes. And what I'm going to do in this series is go over a very specific class with a gun, and then go over the different maps, game modes, and situations I would recommend it for. So, without further ado, let's get into the first class I'll be covering. So today I'm going to be talking about a class with the Pharo SMG, which is, I think, my favorite SMG, if not my second favorite, to the Razorback, along with Quick Draw, Grip, Extended Mags, and Rapid Fire. I've got the perks set up of Flak Jacket, Gung Ho, and Fast Hands, and I'm going to be using two primary gunfighter wildcards in order to allow me to have all four attachments that I have on this thing. So let's start with the gun. So if you haven't unlocked the Pharo SMG yet, you're doing yourself a big disservice. This thing is awesome. So if you don't already know, it is a 4-burst SMG, but what's really cool about the Pharo SMG, in my opinion, is that you don't have to continue to pull the trigger a new time for every new burst. It will just shoot burst after burst after burst as long as you're holding down the trigger. So that allows you to get out bursts really quickly. And I'm pretty sure you can get out 8 bullets out of this gun before you can get 8 bullets out of guns like Razorbacks and other semi-slow firing SMGs like the Kuda as well, for example. And this thing is powerful. So a lot of the guns in Black Ops 3 are really weak, in my opinion. That's one of my biggest problems with the game. But the Pharo is not. You can kill people with one burst a lot of the time, as long as you hit them in the upper body, or if they're already injured. And if not, like I said, the bursts happen. The bursts come out of the gun really quickly when you're holding down the trigger. So you can get those 2 bursts in them really quickly, usually. Yeah, it's just an awesome rushing gun. So next thing, to help it out with rushing, because the playstyle I'm going to be utilizing this for is really an aggressive playstyle where I am trying to get into the enemy's base as quickly as possible. That way I'm hopefully running into a lot of guys with assault rifles and like machine guns and snipers in close range with an awesome SMG, and even if they do have an SMG, I most likely got a better class setup, at least for that sort of situation. So what helps me have that better class setup is, number one, Quick Draw, a must on any SMG class, in my opinion, unless you have some crazy, setup maybe with like a P90 in Modern Warfare 2, where you're just hip firing like crazy with like a laser sight or steady aim in that case. And extended mags, but you don't really have that. So in this game, I would always recommend putting Quick Draw when you're rushing. Then I would say next most important is extended mags, because I'm going to be running into so many enemies, and that's part of a result of playing ground war. But really, if you're playing right with this weapon, you're going to be running into a ton of enemies most likely. So and even this, like the spawns right here, just left me in a crazy situation. I mean, right there, did not have a chance without having all that ammo. And yeah, so next things that are important, rapid fire, to allow you to get those bursts out even quicker. So if you're noticing, that the bursts are coming out quicker for me than you're used to in this game, just keep that in mind. That is super important for this class. And then finally, the grip, to allow you to have a nice steady shot at long range. For every once in a while, when you do have to kill someone who's a little bit further away, just having one good attachment for that makes a big difference. So now let's move into the perks and how they complement this class and playstyle. So the first perk, like I said, is Flak Jacket. If you're going to be rushing a lot, you may have to run into people throwing grenades to try and get you out of their spawn, is what I usually find. So I just like to have Flak Jacket so I don't have to worry about that. So that's a simple, straightforward perk that I would recommend you use most of the time when you're playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3 anyway. Next is Fast Hands. This perk will give you 2 benefits. Number one, you'll be able to pull your gun up quicker after sprinting, and number 2, you'll be able to throw equipment and grenades faster. But I don't have any equipment and grenades, but I still think it's worth it for just the benefit of being able to pull your gun up quicker, because I am running constantly. It's just a huge deal to me to be able to aim faster. And then on that same note, speaking of sprinting all the time because you're rushing a lot, the other perk, the last perk that I have, Gung Ho, helps me as well because of that, because it will allow me to shoot while sprinting as well, which you'll see me do quite a few times in this game. And as far as playstyle and game modes for this, last thing to cover, really, it's just all about rushing with this. Anytime you're playing ground war, unless it's a really defensive map, I would say use this. Anytime you're running around playing the objective, I think this is a great class. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that right there, guys, was a 39-1 opening round. I think for this series, what I'm going to do is just show you guys like 5 minutes of awesome gameplay, so you guys can really enjoy seeing how beastly it can be, and just show you a good example of how beastly it can be. But I didn't end the game poorly. Ended up with a 70-7 score for the whole game. I was pretty happy with that. And yeah, that is the first episode of Beast Mode. So with that out of the way, guys, quickly, I want to just do two things. Number one, if you guys have any other ideas for improvements that I could make to this series or any other series you'd like me to do, please leave a comment below. I'm going to go through and read all the comments to this video. And number two, guys, you may have recently saw that a friend of mine who I've known for a few years, Keemstar, made a video where he was talking about me. And I'd actually already decided I really wanted to come back and spend time on working on new video series, and I already had came up with the idea for this just like a day or two before I heard that he made this video. But it definitely made me think a lot about coming back to YouTube, and just want to say thank you to him for being very considerate. I think people should understand that I didn't leave YouTube because of any Adderall related thing. I left YouTube for the reasons I explained in my last video, even though a lot of people in the comments said otherwise. But yeah, I didn't start using Adderall until months after I had already stopped doing YouTube. And just say thank you, really. That's it. So yeah, thank you, Keem. I'm going to contact you personally before this video goes up, but I just watched it and I really appreciate it. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for checking out my channel. Give it a like rating if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'd really appreciate it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.